The ARC-SW4e features 4 buttons that are programmable as momentary, latched, or radio buttons, along with 4 LEDs that may be used for indication purposes, such as last preset recalled or current selection. To add a new SW4e, launch the external controller wizard, select ARC-SW4e wall panel, and add a new external controller. Then click Next. Edit the name of your SW4e and the physical address. Here again, ensure that the SW4e's rotary address switches on the back of the unit match the desired address in the drop-down list. When used with the Zone Mix 761, the ARC-SW4e can control mutes, select sources, recall presets, or support a page station. For Jupyter DSPs, functionality of the SW4e varies depending on the Jupyter app being used. Typical functions include muting and preset recall. The SW4e may control up to 4 button type parameters as latching or momentary, and their actions may be inverted, for example, push to mute versus push to talk. Select each button's parameter via the drop-down menu. To narrow the list of parameters on the Jupyter software, click on the Filter menu on the right of the parameters drop-down list. This feature is not available in the Zone Mix 761 software. When finished, click Next. On the Zone Mix 761, SW4e may select sources within a zone. The buttons function as radio buttons only, one of many on. On Jupyter DSPs, an SW4e can control the radio button groups under the background music sources in the Priority Zone Mixer application. Select the parameter you wish to control. Here, we're showing the Priority Mixer. Designate each button's source with the available options in the drop-down menu. You may simply set its parameters to Disabled if unused. When finished, click Next. The SW4e may be programmed to recall individual presets by selecting this option when adding a new ARC to your project file. The buttons can function in momentary mode, or press to execute. The LED dims after release. Or, the buttons can function in radio button mode, press to execute, LED remains lit. However, you may opt to check the option Enable Off Presets to create a preset toggle where one is recalled when pressed and another is recalled when it was pressed a second time. These are typically used to return to a normal state after an event. When finished, press Next. On the Zone Mix 761, the SW4e may function as a page station facilitating paging to various page groups. Select the page station from the drop-down menu. A grid is provided to assign each of the buttons any combination of the 6 zones. The SW4e would typically be used with a microphone possessing its own push-to-talk switch or a separate switch assigned push-to-talk duty. Remember to set the page source for the station in the Page Stations area of the Zone Mix 761 application. When finished, click Next. The Edit ARC-SW4e Preferences dialog allows control over things like LED timeout behavior and hardware locking functions. The Simulate function presents an accurate software representation of the SW4e wall panel, allowing you to preview its programming. You must be online with either Zone Mix 761 or Jupyter DSP in order to download to or to upgrade the SW4e firmware. The SW4e is now programmed for use and may be re-edited by selecting it within the existing external controller menu.